What's up, guys? Chris at the EDM, sitting here with Slimez. How you doing?
What's up?
How are your travels in?
Oh, good. Smooth. Just came over from LA. Just hour-long flight. That's how I like it.
Right on. We're in Sacramento, so capital of California. We're going to a national entity show, Frostbite. Going on in a couple hours.
Yep. Not too long.
Speaking of tour, so you're on your Already Dead tour right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has there been any like memorable experiences or crazy stories you can share from going on tour? This past tour?
Yeah, there's been a few, but I guess if I had to talk about one, I just played in Reno not too long ago at a one-up with the homie Protohype, and that was the first time we ever met each other, but we had a great time, we had a great show, but then since it was Reno, we decided we stayed out till like literally 6 in the morning playing blackjack, and it was super fun because I doubled my money and I think Protohype like quadrupled his money, so we were just on a roll, casino hopping in Reno after a great show, and you know, both came up on some winnings, so that was a super fun way to you know, meet him and bond with him, because he's on my he has the same agent as I do.
Okay.
So we're gonna be playing a bunch of shows in the future together. So
That's right, man.
yeah, that was super fun. We're playing together in Orlando for New Year's Eve too.
Oh, that's gonna be rad.
So yeah, that's gonna be wild.
Nice. What show is that in Orlando?
It's called Dubwub. It's like a little festival. It's like mini festival. 2 stages. They got like something like 30 DJs playing, but the Protohype's headlining, and I'm supporting with him. I'm supporting him, and then special guesting is a lumberjack. So that's gonna be a fun one.
Oh, nice. That's rad that you say that, because Reno's like in our backyard, and we actually go up to Reno quite often. So One Up, Carga, Bluebird up there, those clubs.
Yeah, that was my first time in Reno, but I had a great time. I loved it up there. I'd love to go back. I love Nevada in general, Vegas, and like I said, it was my first experience in Reno, but whenever I can, I love to get out there because I like to play blackjack.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that sounds like the ultimate experience on tour, right? Play a show, go out, win some money, like stay out till
Yeah,
the last
you know,
nights of the hour.
It was a great time.
So, how do you feel about tonight's show?
Oh, super stoked for tonight. I love playing for National Entity, for Low-Key and Adam, and the girl Lindsay. They're all great. They always treat me well. They have great hospitality and great production. It's always a good experience playing for them. Stoked to play with Hero Bust. It's my first time playing with him. He's on my management, 24/8 management. So it's gonna be super cool to meet him. Same with Bilo. Bilo's on my management. And then Phase One's dope. I've met him a few times. We actually did like a little back-to-back on a Disciple live stream once, just randomly. We were both a little drunk, and it just kind of happened. It wasn't anything that was planned or anything, but it'll be good to see him again. And then it'll be my first time meeting Minesweep. Excited about that. So
Nice.
the lineup's just killer, man. I was telling some people about this show. They're like, "Oh, is it like it's like a festival?" I was like, I don't know if they're calling it a festival. Are they?
I don't think so. No, it's like just a single night show.
Killer lineup.
It is. It was funny. I was looking at like they post the like event map on Instagram today, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
obviously with all these names, there's got to be a bunch of stages, and there's 2 stages. The main
stages,
stage with all the names you see on the flyer, and then they have a side stage with all kinds of local talent too. So it's just gonna be like back to back to back. Just
Yeah, and I'm stoked.
playing.
I play at 9 p.m., so then I have the rest of the night to just, you know, check everybody else out. You can probably find me in the pit during Phase 1 set, getting a little rowdy.
That'd be sick. All right, so let's see. I want to switch gears for a second. I want to kind of talk about like your like upbringings. You've had like an explosive 2018 year. Like we've been kind of like peeping you all year long, and since then since like really discovering you, I wanted to like I've always been curious like how you started in music.
Well, I've been like involved with music for, you know, since I was a kid. Like, but I did some like pop stuff actually when I was growing up, and then I started like playing guitar and singing and doing like singer-songwriter type stuff. And so I was writing a bunch of music that, you know, I would play guitar and sing to. And because of that, I wanted to record an EP of like the songs that I had written. And so I just taught myself how to produce. I mean, back then I was really, really bad. If you heard my like first, you know, pop rock electronic crossover EP, like it was terrible. But through that process is where I familiarized myself with DAWs and production. Back then I was using Pro Tools, which is like more for just like recording live instruments and stuff.
Sure.
But you know, it did get me started in the production realm. And actually from that EP I got into I went to college at NYU, the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music. So it's like a music production and music business program. It's a 4-year program. I graduated from NYU with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in recorded music and music business. So I did a 4-year program over there. And by the end of that program, I was into the electronic sphere. So like I got into it because of my singer-songwriter stuff I had done. But in my 4 years in New York going to college, you know, the scene out there is crazy, and that's where I really got exposed to like the scene. I was already listening to dubstep in like 2008 in high school, but as far as like going to clubs and seeing DJs and being in that culture, like that was New York City. And so by the time I graduated from college, I was like more into electronic music and producing than I was trying to be a singer-songwriter myself.
Sure.
And then after college, I just, you know, got more and more into it. And Slimez is actually my 3rd rebrand. So like I was doing other stuff. My first DJ name was Mischief, and I played raves in New York City, like underground raves as Mischief. And then I started throwing my own party. It's called the Catface Party. It's a really fun party where everybody drew like a nose and whiskers on their face in eyeliner at the door, and it just got everybody to like let their guard down, because how cool can you act when you have like a cat face drawn on your face? So everybody just got drunk, and you know, by the end of the night, everybody had just like makeup all over their face that was like smudged and everything, and it was a wild good time. So I threw that party for a while. And then because of that, I hooked up with the club owners of Webster Hall. Have you heard of Webster Hall in New York City?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like it's actually closed now, but it was like the spot, like where they had all the DJs coming through. That it was a three-story mega club, so they would have like a headliner upstairs, and then on the middle floor they would have like a hip-hop party usually. Nice. And then in the basement, like the bottom floor, they would always have like, they called it Basement Saturdays was the big thing, and that's where all like the dubstep heads came through, the heavy bass music came through. And so I linked up with that venue, and they were opening a sister venue, like a second club called Slake. And they brought me on to launch that club, and I was actually a resident DJ there for 3 years, playing under my just real name, Cameron Cush. And so I played there for 3 years, like at least once a week, and you know, I was opening or closing for all the talent that we would bring through. I actually played with Hero Bus like many years ago under Cameron Cush, but like that's just like such another life. But yeah, I've been at this for a while.
That's awesome, man. I love the concept of the eyeliner at the door, dude. That's such a cool experience. Like,
it was fun. Like if you came up to the door, and like you could come with the cat face already on your face, but we also like had a cute girl that was at the door that would like happily draw it on you. And if you were willing to get a cat face drawn on your face, then I think you would get in for like $5 or $10. But you could be like the douchey dude that's like, no, I'm too cool for this, and then we would charge you $25 to get in. So there were some guys that would come with like girls and be like, oh no, I'll just pay extra, and it's like, okay, cool. You're like missing the whole point of the party, but feel cool about yourself because you're too cool to draw a cat face on. But yeah, it was super fun and stupid, man. I have some like old like recap videos of the parties and the photo albums, and I look back at them now, and it was just like, man, that was a wild fun time.
That's awesome. So you have a very particular style, right? We're the Goo Crew, and I always admire like the I call them accessories. Mm-hmm. But like, do you have any like what's the word? like sentimental tying to like all the awesome jewelry and accessories you wear?
Like this stuff?
Yeah, the rings and the.
Man, I just like jewelry, and especially big rings. I don't know if it's anything really like sentimental. I feel naked without it on these days. I've been wearing rings and bracelets and stuff for a long time. And then as far as like the Goo Crew and like Slimes go,
Yeah, tell us
and the whole like brand and aesthetic and all of that, you know, when I was rebranding this time, like I said, this is my third rebrand, I just realized how important it was to like kind of have an aesthetic and like something to you more than just being like, you know, when I was just Cameron Kush, like that was just me. When I chose the name Slimes, I chose it because like just the name, it has like, it brings to mind like a texture, like a feeling, like
Yeah.
it has something beyond it. I knew that it could lend itself to visuals. Like I could go in a direction with like gooey, oozing, dripping visuals, and it would lend itself to logos and stuff. And so I just wanted something that like I could grow into and explore. And I really liked the slime thing. I know that like, you know, Snails kind of did like the slime thing with like the Vomit Squad and all that, but I just really wanted to go full speed ahead with slime and explore it as much as I could. And that's what I've been doing with the characters, the Goo Crew. Every release I come out with, I try to come out at the same time with like a new character. And so the Goo Crew keeps expanding, and I hope by the, you know, a few years from now, maybe there'll be like 12 characters, all part of the Goo Crew, lots of merch, lots of visuals, and just, you know, keep expanding and keep building what Slimes is as more than just a DJ, as a whole culture and aesthetic and brand.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome. Yeah, in a couple years from now, we have a whole character set, whole backstory in each
Yeah,
one.
we're
That would
gonna
be
make action figures and all that stuff.
awesome. That's awesome. All right, so back to music. This is pretty recent, but exciting news. You have a new release coming out on December 31st with Disciple Roundtable.
Yeah, the whole compilation is coming out on December 31st, and they started releasing songs now.
Okay.
So I think they released like a Phase 1 song, the Phase 1 and 12th Planet Talk About It collab a few days ago, and then they're releasing like one song a day, or sometimes even like 2 songs in a day from now until December 31st. So there's going to be a new song coming out every day until December 31st, and I'm in there somewhere. And then on the 31st is when all the songs would have been released, and then you can buy the compilation as a whole.
Okay.
So yeah, it's ongoing now, so check it out. Check out the Disciple Roundtable SoundCloud every day, because there'll be a new song coming at you.
Well, it's funny too, because you posted, I think, about 5 videos on your Instagram, and I think the caption was like, hey, can you tell which one is mine? So would that mean that we've heard it, but we just can't identify it quite yet?
Yeah. I mean, if you check the comments on my post, some people already did identify it. It's a song that I did preview at one point, like on my Instagram. I do a lot of those, like, you know, moving the phone around and recording the computer screen videos.
Yeah.
So at one point I did post a preview of this song where some people heard it, and then if you saw that preview and then you listen to the Disciple little teaser video that has a little clip of each song in it, you can definitely recognize which one's mine. For sure.
Okay. I'll have to go back and really dissect that, yeah.
Or just read the comments, because people are saying the name of the song, and then it's also like the vocal right before the drop is included in the teaser video. So they do some detective work, and you can figure out which one's mine for sure. And you'll be hearing it tonight, and I'll probably get on the mic and be like, yo, this is my Disciple release.
Make sure we capture it, dude. We'll be
Go
there.
wild. But yeah, I'm super stoked about that. Disciple's an incredible label. It's been so great to work with them. I was super stoked that they asked me to be in the little like promo video, like with 12th Planet and all of them. It was like a little skit we did, and it was a lot of fun to film. And you know, it was a great experience overall, and I hope to do more releases with them now that I'm going to be a part of the Disciple family. They're really good people, and shout out to Danny He's the one that's actually signed my track, and he's a really cool dude, awesome, works really hard, and I just love what they're doing with the label and all the skits and the videos, and you know, their marketing is really on point.
They do a really good job making it all inclusive and just a fun experience.
Yeah.
Well, that's super exciting, man.
Yeah. Thanks,
Can't wait to
man.
hear it tonight, and then officially, like in the next couple weeks, man. We're really coming to the end.
I'll
of the
give
year
you a
here.
clue. It's the last song I'm gonna play tonight. So
Okay, we'll be there.
I play at 9, so at about 9:58 you'll hear it right before I get off stage.
So, okay, kind of changing gears again here, and almost done, so we can get going. But 2018 was a huge year, like I kind of talked about. In 2019, what can we expect to kind of keep like the momentum growing? We kind of talked about the branding and growing itself, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting on like 20 unreleased tracks right now, so there's gonna be lots of music. Probably like 3/4 of those are collabs, so lots of collabs with dope producers. I got one with Pogman that we're working on that's almost finished. One with my boy Infinite. One with Cherney. Who else? I got one with Barracks. Lots of collabs, lots of music, and lots of shows. I'm already starting to get booked out, like, for next year. I think I've already got, like, 12 shows confirmed just in the first, like, few months of next year.
that's
So,
awesome.
yeah. Since I started touring as Slimez in February of this year, and it's kind of been nonstop since then, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna slow down, which I'm super excited about. I mean, I love being on the road. I love playing shows. Like, this is all I want to do. And when I'm at home, like, doing nothing and for like a week or two at a time and not playing a show, I feel like a waste of space. So I want to play as many shows as possible. Just keep living on the road, keep traveling, meeting new people, meeting all the Goo crew, meeting the supporters, and you know, just keep growing. I'm just gonna keep pushing myself to accomplish as much as I can in 2019 and try to make it an even bigger year than this past year was.
That's awesome, man. I love the passion too, dude. That's so phenomenal. Well, I think I'm about done, man. Anything else you want to shout out before we head over to your set here in just a little bit?
No, man, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for coming through and interviewing me, and we're gonna have a good time tonight.
Let's go. I'm ready. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.